Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signor, and man, this Armie Hammer thing's just getting weirder and weirder. I wanted to offer some advice, as well as just my thoughts on this whole topic, because I am looking at this probably a little bit more different than other people out there. Obviously, it's not my story at all, but I relate to media taking a case of unverified messages and accounts, and people just jumping on the bandwagon to fire and destroy. I can relate to that. That said, seeing the evidence and stepping back from myself and knowing what was true and what was not true in my scenario, I look at this a little bit more differently. So I want to share some perspective and offer my thoughts on this whole issue. So bear with me. Here we go. So all right. So Armie Hammer, this is now I'm talking about this. He just now departed The Offer, which is the Paramount Plus series about the making of The Godfather. So he's exited. Came in from Variety. He will no longer star in the upcoming series, which is about the making behind-the-scenes story of The Godfather. He's playing Al Ruddy, who was a producer. It's going to be a 10-episode series that takes place in 1972 as they make The Godfather. And so now they're looking for a new lead. Now, no one's made a comment. This is sort of just happens, and this is now the second big movie that he's been removed from, or that he's exited. Again, notice they didn't fire him. They're not picking a side. Most studios are now being more careful, which is really interesting. Back in 2017, in my day, no one was careful. I think due to my settlements and my story and others, people have to be more careful. And it's frustrating. I got a beef with Hollywood Reporter and all them, which I'll get to in a second. But anyway, all of this is happening because of this controversy where a series of unverified Instagram direct messages, supposedly written by Hammer, leaked online. Images described graphic fantasies, including people. Look, even just this right here, a series of unverified Instagram direct messages. I never got that. No outlet ever wrote that about me. Instead, they ran with the most salacious part of it in the headline, which was not true. And they would write, one of them, Aaron Couch, Hollywood Reporter, I'll always call him out until he makes a correction because he should be a better person and do it. He always said, if you have any comments, change it. I couldn't. And then finally I said, it's coming. And then finally when it took a little while, but once I got the comments in there, he told me, sorry, we don't edit old articles. And the headline of that article and the information of that article is still used to me to this day. If you Google me, it comes up, and it really, really bothers me that he, who was a friend, a fan, who said he would replace it, clearly the news doesn't want to do it now. Even though today, that's how it all works. So it's frustrating for me, but it is what it is. But it helps him and others because you can see now, and I'm looking at it with that lens. They're more careful to accuse somebody. It's always more clear about those allegations was in mind, but still, there's a lot more like, well, these are unverified and everything else. And that's what's making this a little bit more complicated because people are wisely pausing, not everybody, but some. They're reporting on it, but they're being more like, well, we don't know. We don't know if this is real. We can't confirm it. And honestly, that's important. It's important that we know for sure, is this all real? Now, this story, there's a lot of breakdowns about all this and about him, and I don't want to get into it all, but there's a lot of messages and things that he said that are just, look, it's not my cup of tea. Then people he knew started coming forward and saying, if you're still questioning whether or not those DMs are real, and they are, maybe you should start questioning whether we live in a culture willing to give people like Armie Hammer the benefit of the doubt or the people coming with the accusations. And then some of his cast members, I think this was from Bella Thorne. I can't believe this is. Come on, I said, leave the poor guy alone. So, look, it's been running the gamut on sort of what's happened there. But his ex said he wanted to barbecue and eat her. So, look, a lot of stuff has been coming forward. He was 100% serious that he wants to remove her ribs for consumption. I mean, so it wasn't just even like pillow talk. Like, part of me thought maybe this was like just pillow talk where it was just like a thing he was just weirdly into and he needed that. People are weird. But was he actually doing it? Well, people are now wondering, and that's what's made this have legs. And so the problem is now Armie Hammer has come forward and denied it, but now they're like dissecting every raw steak he's ever eaten on Instagram, etc. Other things here with him, and just it's just weird. It's weird now seeing him all with this meat, he revealed others. There's stuff about his life and his personal life and what he likes. Authorities got involved, and then the lawyers released a statement denying the allegations. These allegations about Hammer are patently untrue. Any interactions with this person or any partner of his were completely consensual in that they were fully discussed, agreed upon, and mutually participatory. Sorry, can't say that. The stories are being perpetrated in the media are misguided attempt to present a one-sided narrative with the goal of tarnishing Mr. Hammer's reputation, and communications from this individual involved prove that. So, and then someone saying there were pictures shared without. It just keeps going. People he knows, a lot of people come to the work, and they're sharing stories and, all stuff that connects to this sort of reality. So, look, here's my take on all this. I don't want to get in the weeds of the pictures and the images. You guys can go do that on your own. But, look, if it's not true, come out and make it clear it's not true. Say it more clearly. And if you're not, like I couldn't, then show me there's a lawsuit or something happening. There's too much now, and the media will just keep running with this, and now you're losing jobs. There's too much now to just sit back and be like, these aren't true. My lawyer says my lawyer's even commented that's untrue. Sorry, we're moving forward. No. More likely than not, because I'm guessing this from my own situation, some of the stuff that leaked about me, I would say a majority of it was true. A lot of those messages were just awkward flirtations and things that, looking back, I was very cringy, but it wasn't criminal. And a lot of the stuff I've read about his also not criminal, consensual stuff. So it's like, if it's between two people, two adults especially, none of my business. That's the reality here. Stuff between his wife, infidelities, none of our business. But where I want to comment and toe the line is, I read some of these chats, and if they are true, and he was out there getting these fans, and they were looking up to him and taking it to a place that was as dark as I want to eat your ribs, and then sort of taking that person into that type of initials, that type of community, the B, S, and the other one, that's an M. Got to be careful, space those out. Bringing someone like a fan, a new person into that community to fill your needs, and then doing it with multiple, all while married. Dude needs help if that's the case. If that's true, he's got to stop lying. He's got to seek some help, because that's not okay. That is using your power for bad, in my opinion. If you want to be out there and make that clear and live your life that way and not be married, or have, maybe your wife was okay with it. What do we know, right? But then, then why you're out there denying it, there's a few little things here that it's starting to look at me, red flags. It's like, what's going on, Armie? Now, Armie, if this isn't the case and this all true, I want to see you out there denying it. Let's see it. Yeah, it's been a while. We need to see some responses, or at least a response that says we are pursuing legal action. Therefore, we will not be coming this time. But this is all true. I would accept that, but I haven't heard that either. And so, how much longer are we going to go where this just keeps going? You think it's just going to go on the rug? It's not. Now, and in fact, to prove that, here's his co-star in one of his movies, Crisis, Evangeline Lilly. Sorry. Here she is talking. I'm proud to be in a hard-hitting thriller, yada, 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 and proud to be on this poster with Gary Oldman. Ouch. Armie Hammer's right next to you. She's not proud to be on the poster. This is what happens. I mean, this is going to happen. It's going to keep happening. Everyone in Hollywood's going to side with what's happening, because there's no other reason not to. All you've said is it's not true. You've given us no reason or rhyme reason to. And then there's a lot of people in his life who have come forward and said, no, those are all true. That's not a good telling either. Like, I remember when it happened to me, like there were a lot of my friends sort of believed it, but there wasn't a lot of like, oh yeah, he did this to me too. Oh yeah, oh my God, I can't tell you this story where he, to me. No, there's a lot of stories of disgruntled people saying I was a jerk, or things like that didn't help. Of course, which is more piling on. But I don't know, when you have all your exes come forward and be like, these are true, he did it to me too, like that's hard, Arm. We got to start seeing some more. So there comes a point where we as people have to take the evidence we're seeing and make our own judgment calls. And I'm always going to give people a period of time and the benefit of the doubt. But in this case, Armie, I mean, even the community that's the ethical human, of the world, they want this to stop because it's given them a bad name. The irony, it's this weird thing. But, it's not funny, honestly. It's just like, look, I feel bad. I feel bad for the people involved. I feel bad for him. If he's living a lie like I was, and it's even weirder or darker in the place that it's going, I hope he seeks some help, and I hope he starts turn the light on to try and really fess up and be honest about it. And if it's not true, then I feel even more terrible, because he should be out there defending himself and pursuing legal action. He should have the money to do it, and find out who's doing this to him and clear up the air. But it sounds to me like there's some stuff he's done that he's probably doesn't want out there. and he's covering up, is what I guess, whether it's to save the marriage or whatever, his kids, whatever else. It's sad for me. So look, I don't want to pile on. I'm not here to pile on. I'm here to sort of offer my 2 cents of like, I see enough here where I want him to give me more information. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but there's more piling on and more witnesses and things that are connecting all the same topic that make it hard to discredit now. So Armie, I hope you're in this fighting it, or if you're not, start taking some accountability and don't let this keep running away from you. And that's advice to anybody who's going through any sort of crisis at any point. You got to jump on it. I'm sad I took so long in mine. Could have been so much different for me. I don't know if it would have been as good. Like the problem with all these examples and things is most of these men and women, whoever's going through it, they take zero accountability. It's never their, none of it's a lie. It's all never their fault. And in some cases that may be true, but sometimes there is something where it's maybe you didn't do anything as drastic as being told, but you did something that maybe you should have just corrected and adjust and learn from. I find it hard to believe that he's not acknowledging, okay, dude, you were into some heavy stuff, incorporating your fans into that heavy stuff. That was a bad move. It's a bad, dangerous move. Clearly they weren't happy with it. And what did you expect was going to happen? And you could say they're just using it and they're trying to, but I don't think they're suing or trying to get money. I mean, I guess you could say they're going for clout. I don't know. It's weird. This is weird clout chasing to start bringing that up, unless you have facts to drop it. So look, I don't see criminal yet, but I do see problems, and I hope he addresses them soon. I hope you guys do your own homework before judging to make up your own mind. That's where I'm at based off the stuff I've looked at and read. If you got an opinion or something you think I missed or maybe I didn't report correctly on, please help me out. Tell us in the comments down below to help the conversation civilly. Let's see. Because look, when kids are involved, this stuff sucks. And I hope we can all just at least try to obviously make up your decision. If you think this guy's bad, like Evangeline Lilly wants to sort of distance herself from him, that's her right. At least she's not bashing him. She's doing it sort of respectfully, at least saying, making it clear, I'm not with him, but she's not piling on even worse. It was more of a subtle dig. If you're going to dig, that's the way to dig. But what do you guys think on this? Do you think I'm being too easy on them? Should I be harder? It's the problem with these mobs. They always say, no, look at all you've read. It must be true. What if it's not? Then it really sucks, huh? If you want more balanced takes like this and other pop culture news and scoops, hit that subscribe, hit that bell, smash that like button, and make sure you check out these as well. Appreciate you watching. We'll be live tonight. It's Thursday. It's time for Popcorn Planet Live, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us. Subscribe.